Alright, so I just finished watching the season finale of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, episode 9. It's called Whose Show Is It? I would probably give this a 4.5 out of 10. I kind of want to go higher in a way, but then I also want to go lower in other ways. Like, for example, basically what happens is the whole thing, Jen gets fired from the whole aftermath of her freak out and everything about that intelligentsia hack and stuff. Revenge porn, as they call it. She has to wear a inhibitor. She can't transform into She-Hulk, all that stuff. She moves back in with her parents. There's some, funny, okay kind of stuff with that. I mean, just kind of your basic stuff. Then it moves on, and you see that Emil Blonsky is kind of, he's basically still becoming an abomination to do speaking engagements and stuff. Basically, the Nikki and Pug, they infiltrate the intelligentsia meeting and find out that one guy, Todd Phelps, that one creep guy, is like the head of intelligentsia. He's the Hulk King. And they're all getting set to have a big fight. All of a sudden, Titania busts in the wall. And then, here comes, the Hulk through the ceiling, everything. And he's like, "Look, go, my cousin, asshole." Because at that point, Abomination is there. He's grabbed Jen to get her out of the way of danger and all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, she breaks the fourth wall, basically. Like, in a major, major way. You see her go to the Disney Plus screen, and she decides to pop into somewhere else, and she's going to go talk to the writers. Then she's going to go talk to Kevin. Kevin, it's a stand-in for Kevin Feige, but it's big floating robot. And all this kind of stuff is like weird and cool and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's, right on. But then she decides to she writes her own ending. And it's, okay, we'll get Todd Phelps doesn't have, because, oh yeah, he had also given himself the Hulk powers. He had stole their blood, and he gave himself the Hulk powers. Well, they get rid of that. And she's like, that's stupid. That plot's been overdone, blah, 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 all that stuff. And she's like, and Bruce coming in to save the day. She's like, nah, get rid of that. And it's like, what the hell? I mean, and then of course the whole thing with Abomination, she's like, oh yeah, I'd like him to admit his wrongdoings and everything. My biggest problem with the show is that this kind of, it really showcased the narcissism that Jen has, which I would be more okay with that if they kind of flipped it on its head and had people call her out for it. She is such a narcissist. She's so self-absorbed. And I understand. It's the She-Hulk show and all that stuff, but there's ways to do it. When you're the main character, you have to act differently than a supporting character can. Supporting characters can be narcissist, can be self-absorbed, can be this and that, if they're there to provide a little comedy or this or that or whatever. But your main character is supposed to be, in essence, kind of a stand-in for the viewer. Because she's in a lot of the scenes, Jen is. So when she is being a narcissist and everything, all you have to do is just have people call her out on it. That's all. That's all you got to do. But they don't do that. The whole thing gets wrapped up with the whole, basically, nothing. Nothing happens. There's all set to be this big, battle and everything. Doesn't happen. And they kind of had a little wink and a nod to that with basically the Kevin robot saying, you're so expensive, Jen, turn back into your human form and all this kind of stuff. We don't have the budget and all this kind of stuff. It was okay. The episode, there's good parts, because I really like the weird stuff. I like unique things, weird things. And you could argue this kind of stuff's been done before, but not very often. It's just, then they got to ruin it with just narcissism and all that kind of stuff. They show at the end, they have, because basically there's like I said, there's no action. So the whole thing ends with a big, oh, they're eating dinner and stuff at Jen's, parents' place. Because Daredevil's there and everything. And, okay, well, then he's talking, and Jen's dad is, hey, how can you support? Can you make money? And, and her aunt and all this kind of other family members are there embarrassing her, basically. Then you see the Hulk show up. He's got his son Scar and everything. And it's like, oh, okay, it's just a lot of this shit just seemed kind of thrown in place. And I've already gone almost 5 minutes. I don't want to make this too long because, like I said, the episode's okay. Like 4.5. I kind of want to go higher because, like I said, there's some interesting parts, but I want to go lower because it's just no action. Jen's narcissism, self-absorption, and all that kind of stuff. I'll go ahead and just wrap this up here, though. As a whole, for the overall season, man, not very good, because there was a lot of episodes where there was just a bunch of bullshit and it was nothing happening. But anyway, thank you very much for watching and have a good one.